What my driving force has been for the last 3 years has been always to make sure that there has been justice for Kaylee and Casey, because Casey did not murder Kaylee. It's that simple.
Now, that was Casey Anthony's defense attorney, Jose Baez, speaking at a news conference earlier today. Casey's parents, George and Cindy Anthony, remained silent while the verdict was handed down and abruptly walked out of the courtroom without speaking to their daughter. And joining me with reaction, our criminal defense attorney, former member of the Casey Anthony defense team, Jennifer Barringer, and former NYPD detective, the one and only Bo Dietl. Guys, good to see you.
Hey, Sean.
Fascinating to me, and I told you this when we discussed it once before. I did not like the open by Jose Baez.
Yes, I know that.
All right. I thought it was disjointed. I thought it was all over. He threw out this and that and this. And then during the case, it kept coming out. He never went back to it, which I thought would confuse the jury. But when he came out with his charts, he laid out and impeached every question he needed to impeach or contradict it and created reasonable doubt.
I agree.
So what happened in the interim? Because there was a major difference. And this guy, Cheney Mason, is unbelievable.
Yeah, he gave a great closing as well. Yeah, he laid it out so that basically the jurors went back in there. And when I have to say, when they called me and said there was a verdict, I got nervous. That's really too fast.
That was too quick. I agree.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be guilty.
But in retrospect, apparently they really applied the law perfectly. So what they did was all the stuff that we were all talking about, the phone calls, the duct tape, the chloroform, they don't talk about that. They don't have to talk about it because the question is, did they prove murder? Not even did she do it. Did they even prove that a murder occurred? They couldn't even say that it was murder versus accident.
That we still don't know how the girl died.
Exactly.
Right.
They have
And
no cause of death.
I think really where they really went bad was when they showed the tape over the nose and the mouth. They were trying to say that suffocated and that was the cause of death. Right there, they kind of blew it with the prosecution. My personal feelings of it was a very winnable case on a negligent homicide, on the fact of her being negligent to prove that being a negligent homicide. Now, with that said, all these little bits and pieces, my belief is the motive, again, Janine's exactly right. Motive means an opportunity. That's what a homicide detective puts together for the DA. And the point is, the motive, I feel as though she wanted to go out, she wanted to be with her friends, but the kid she had to take care of. Why not chloroform the kid, put a little tape over her mouth, go dance all night? Then when she went to the car, I feel as though the child died of suffocation or heat exhaustion.
Oh, you buy the chloroform?
No, I buy the fact that no mother in their right mind would go with 30 days without reporting their child gone. Now, you believe something as far as with the father about her drowning in the pool. What father or grandfather would take a child and throw him into the woods? You would have a funeral for the little girl. Kids die in a pool all the time.
Well, you would unless you were trying to save your child.
Well, why would you have to save? Why would you have to? I'm a detective investigator. Why would you have to save your child if it was an accidental drowning?
Well, you know you've seen them charge those cases.
No.
All right, let me ask you this, because even though I don't think the evidence was there, she is still a top suspect, and I want questions of George Anthony. Am I wrong in my suspicion?
No, I don't think you are. In fact, one of the jurors, I guess an alternate,
14. He would have voted the same way as this jury.
He didn't believe George Anthony, and we all felt the same way.
Why do you share my suspicion?
Well, I've always been suspicious of George. First off, Casey.
You believe the abuse issues?
Personally?
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Maybe.
I'm asking.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. I hate to say I don't believe in it.
You want to know
They are.
I think he's an ex-sheriff or something. I don't think he was a real cop. I think he was one of these security guards.
A real cop like you, Bob.
But no, seriously, honest, my feelings again, and the mother tried to help her, and then no one realized the alibi was she was at work when the computer was being queried at that time. This was an important fact to show the mother was trying to steer the jury away from the daughter.
From the death penalty.
Exactly. And there should have never been a death penalty in this case.
No,
because there was no reason. But you got to.
I wonder if they're going to charge the mother now. Or go
No,
after
they're running
done.
far
They're
away.
done.
They're done.
They've been bitten. They're done.
Yeah, they're snake bitten.
Yeah.
And you want to know something? The tragedy is that little girl with those big eyes are
sad.
haunting
What a
so
cute-
beautiful.
what a cute kid.
Oh, my
course.
God.
All right,
but
guys, we gotta
again,
run.
Sean, real
Yeah.
fast, this is America, man. And I'm so
Exactly.
proud to be here where a jury weighed something. I respect that jury. I'm on Janine's side all the time, but I respect that jury for coming
I do
back
too.
and being brave.
That's right.
Look, they had me from the get-go because of a behavior. They had me. They just give me something.
Yeah.
And they didn't get it.
They didn't get
and
it.
I watched it, and I was looking, and I thought, and my suspicion.
Bad prosecution.
All right, we got to take a break here. And are we doing a Greta check? Is that a yes or no? They're talking. There she is. All
That
right.
is a yes. That is a yes. And actually, we have a guest tonight. Sean, you may want to stick around and watch. It is one of the alternate jurors who sat through the entire trial.
Is this 14?
And,
Number 14?
Number 14.
I heard him today.
so-
I thought great. I heard on the Fox News channel. It was great.
It's much different. What people don't realize is the jury sees a very different trial than the rest of us do watching it on TV or even in the courtroom, because they get shuffled in and out of the courtroom all the time. So they're the ones who are the deciders, and they see a very different trial than even the people sitting in the courtroom. So
Greta,
I'm looking forward to interviewing him.
All right, Greta, in 17 short minutes, a lot more with our legal analysis coming up right here. We'll get their take on today's verdict straight ahead.
Please, I ask this community that regardless of one's personal beliefs about the innocence or guilt of Casey Marie Anthony, that you maintain your peaceful resolve.
Signed, foreperson. As to the charge of aggravated child abuse, verdict as to count 2. We, the jury, find the defendant not guilty. So say we all. Did it at Orlando.